As NASCAR gears up for the big race in New Hampshire this weekend, the sport is pausing for a moment today to remember Kyle Busch. The legendary driver died nearly 3 months ago now, and today's date, August 18th or 8/18, symbolizes the two main car numbers he raced with in his career. So with the blessing of Kyle's wife, Samantha, NASCAR is now recognizing August 18th as Kyle Busch Day. It's to give the community a chance to remember Kyle for who he was as a racer and as a person. Throughout his career, Busch won 2 Cup Series championships and a record-high 234 races across the sport's top 3 series. 12 of those wins came in New Hampshire, which is the most all-time at the Magic Mile. The track's general manager Dave McGrath says NHMS will be honoring Busch in many other ways throughout the upcoming race weekend. And looking ahead to Sunday, it could be a storybook first win of the year for a driver who Busch helped mentor in his younger years. Christopher Bell has finished second place 7 times this year without being able to win yet. But much like Busch, he is also one of the most successful drivers in New Hampshire history. I spoke with Bell about what it'll take to finally break back into victory lane.
Going into Loudon, I'm nervous about it. I really am.
2026 has been the year of Toyota in the NASCAR Cup Series, with drivers racing for the manufacturer winning 14 of the 24 races so far.
He doesn't have that victory yet. There's 2 laps to go.
But for Christopher Bell, driver of the number 20 Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing, it's been a year of almosts and what-ifs, watching his teammates go to victory lane 10 times while he's finished second place 7 times without winning a race. With that unfortunate stat in mind, a trip up to the Granite State
Bell wins in New Hampshire
might be exactly what Bell needs.
Loudon is obviously a great track for me in my career. I've had a lot of success there. It's one that I always look forward to going to.
Throughout his career, Bell has won 7 NASCAR races in New Hampshire, with 2 of those coming in the Cup Series and a perfect 4 wins in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series in 4 tries. Going back to the Magic Mile this year, Bell says his history there does give him some confidence, but he thinks it'll be hard to not run second again to one of the Team Penske drivers like Ryan Blaney, who won in New Hampshire last year, or the local guy, Joey Logano, who just won last week and is the hottest driver in the sport once again.
Last year at Loudon, we struggled. Joey Logano, the Penske car, was super fast, and then whenever we got to the racetrack, his teammates were super fast, and it seemed like we were a step behind them.
In the races Blaney and Logano have won this year, though, they've always had a Toyota driver like Bell hot on their heels. So he thinks whichever Toyota team builds the best car will have a shot. And if the weather becomes a factor too, we know from 2024 that Bell knows how to win in dominant fashion at New Hampshire in wet weather tires.
I mean, I'm up for it. I'm just thankful that we have the opportunity to do that. Whoever does their job right and hits the setup right can compete with them.
And again, we'll have full coverage of the Dollar Tree 301 this Sunday at 3 p.m.